Now we're going to talk about the Small Business Awards because the creator of a device that helps people with disabilities to communicate has just won a national award. Rebecca Bright, founder of the Therapy Box, won this year's Nectar Small Business Award and along with it a cheque for £2,000. Well, it's an app that she's developed. It impressed the judges. It's now being used by more than 40,000 people around the world on iPads, iPhones and Android devices. And Rebecca joins me right now. Rebecca, this is quite an extraordinary app that you've come up with. Just tell us how it works.
So people who are unable to speak because of something like motor neurone disease or after a stroke, they use the app to communicate. So they can either type the message and have it spoken aloud, or if they can't use their fingers, they're able to access the screen using what we call a switch. So they can trigger it with just a finger movement or a blink of an eye.
This is the kind of device that we're all familiar with Stephen Hawking using, isn't it? But it makes it much more accessible for everybody just to use it on their iPhone or iPad, as I was saying.
Exactly, and I think because for younger people and for people who've already got the technology at home, they can just download the app just as they would a game or something else. And
you're telling me that actually, if you know you're losing your voice, and you can actually record your voice, and then the device, the app, will use your own voice. So in other words, it won't be some sort of computer speak voice, it'll be your own voice.
Yes, if for example with motor neurone disease, when you know that you're possibly going to lose your voice, you can bank it and then it will be able to be used later on in the app. So a lot of people prefer that because they want a personalised voice and their family really appreciate that as well.
It's a brilliant idea, a brilliant concept. How easy is it to translate the idea into a marketable product, if you like?
Sure, I think that, while I might have had the idea, it really takes a team to pull it all together. You need people who are good at design and coding to help bring an idea to a final product that will be in the App Store.
And why did you come up with this idea? You work in speech therapy, don't you?
Yeah, so I'm a speech and language therapist, and it really was a gap in the market. The NHS was buying more designated devices, more traditional hardware, and it just made sense, I thought, to have apps on mainstream technology that everyone could use.
Well, it's a great concept, a great product. Rebecca Bright, thank you, and congratulations to you on winning that award.
And we're going to stick with small businesses, actually, because from Reading I'm joined by Sarah Wilmingham, a restaurant entrepreneur and probably familiar to all of you as a panellist on the BBC's Dragon Den show. She led the panel of judges at the Nectar Business Awards, and she joins me now. A very good afternoon to you. I mean, this is a shining example, isn't it, of what can be done?
It was, yesterday we spent the day with all of the winners of all of the different categories, including Rebecca. And as always, when I surround myself with these brilliant people who have small businesses, I just walk away so inspired. It was really incredible to see their drive and their passion and, of course, ultimately their success in really making the dream happen.
We're always hearing that small businesses are the backbone of the country, but is there enough help there for them to get to a stage of success?
It's interesting because I think that's something that comes up so often when you consider that small businesses are 99% of the businesses in the UK. We've got over 5 million in the UK. You're right, they are the backbone. And one of the things that comes up time and time again is access to people who have been there and done that. And it's something that we talked a lot about yesterday, where they can get the help. How do they tap into other local businesses that are on the same journey, who've gone through that same journey as them and sort of come out the other end? Because at the end of the day, the holes that you're likely to fall in are often the same, and you really just want somebody to say, oh, it's a really big hole, walk round this way. So I do think that sort of mentoring and access to that guidance is something that we really, really need for small businesses.
Have all of us got a small business in us, do you think?
Oh, it's a good question, isn't it? I think we've all got an idea. I'm not sure that being an entrepreneur is for everyone. And one of the things that I talk about a lot is, if you are thinking about going into becoming an entrepreneur and you want to have your own business, is to really ask yourself why, because it's not easy, and it's going to be that why that really drives you and motivates you. So make sure that you go into it with your eyes open, knowing that force is something that will get you through the really tough times.
Sarah, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
Rebecca
Nicola.
Bright, founder of Therapy Box, thank you very much to you, and congratulations again.